welcome back. Tonight I'm going to share with you what I call the case. Some guys like to call it their stack. I just call it my case. What we have here is my 32 fastest, what I call bone stock. These are just run them as you got them, whether you bought them new or used. No prep whatsoever, no axle lube, nothing. Just run them as you get them, see how they go. And this has been basically farming through my collection. Haven't really shown any videos of that until now, but I've gotten through a couple hundred of my cars of the 1,700 plus that are in my collection. So basically these two cars are about ready to see if they can get into the stack. I farmed out the cars from Hall Call 2, I believe it was, or Hall Call 3, one of them. And a couple of them have made the box already, or made the case. The rest of them have not. Actually, this Mustang is in here backwards because he is right now working his way up through the case. So, up in this corner, going down each row, progressively faster from, or slower from fastest, all the way down to the slowest at number 32. So, you start out working your way up through the case in here, work your way up progressively until you make it to number 1 or you get stopped. So last time I quit for the night, that Mustang was right there. So I'm going to keep working him up through the box till he finds a car that won't let him past. And then I'm going to go for these two. These 5 have recently fallen out of the box. There's actually 4 other cars from my last farming that made it into the box. This one here you might recognize, made it all the way this far. And we actually have a new number 1. It's not even a Hot Wheels. It's just some generic, maybe a Racing Champions, I'm not sure, but all it says on the bottom is made in China. But that's actually now my fastest bone stock 1/64th diecast. I can't say Hot Wheels. So majority of these in here are Hot Wheels, but there are a few other mixes mixed in there. And there's a couple other ones. This Porsche made his way in, went up pretty far. What else was pretty new to the box? Oh, I think this one came in and did a good job. And so did the Rescue Ranger right there. So anyhow, these 5 have now fallen out of the box. Will get filed in their collective spot in my collection where they'll rest eternally. So that's it. I'm just going to do some more farm and race these through. Maybe if you want, I can stop back, give you the results, or maybe even show you a race or two. Still working on my timer, waiting for some electronics parts to come in the mail. So in the meantime, I'm still not connected. My finish line is still not connected to my timer. Let's see if I can do this one-handed while I hold the camera. Let's turn in my power supply, turn it on. System fires up, it's ready to go. Got my electronic starting gate, can reset the gate. Grab these 2 cars. Set them up there. Right now I just have to hit the reset on there. It starts the timer, even though the cars aren't going yet. Okay, so we had a little bit of a mishap. I forgot I had left the case laying out over the track. That didn't work so well, so I'm just going to restart this real quick. Hit the button to restart the timer. Reset the gate. I could have waited on restarting the timer. Probably should have, but here we got it. Hit the start button. And away we go. And it would probably help if I put my catch box in here too. So as a little bonus, I decided to do some farming on Hall Call number 4 cars. I just showed you a video where I got 57 Hot Wheels for $20 plus a bunch of track accessories. So let's go ahead. Right now I have one bag is the real cars and another bag of fantasy cars, so I just decided to grab this bag of real cars and farm through them real quick. So staging lanes are full of 16 of those cars for now, and we'll run them down and see if there's anything worth or has any potential to become part of the race team. So I'll run some down and get back to you shortly. So before we get to the results of running off the Hall Call number 4, I just wanted to show you back to this box. That's all the farther the Mustang made it. He was right about as far as he was going to go. Just couldn't get past that little Volkswagen. And these two could not even get past the gatekeeper. El Camino is actually fairly quick. So these two get to join those and head back to the collection. And I did run those first 16 that I showed you, and this front row is the losers, not the winners. So these were your losers. And this one was actually a loser, but a fast loser, so I'm going to get him back in the action again. He could probably beat half of these that did win, so like this first yellow one was pretty slow. Just happened to be against a much slower one, but this back row is your winners that are going to keep moving on as I farm. I'm going to get down to, maybe the top 6 or so, and if I think they're fast enough, I'll give them a run at the case. So I'll get back. I've got the rest of that Ziploc bag full of cars lined up in the staging lanes, so we'll give these guys all a shot, and I'll come back again when I'm done. Okay, after racing through the second half of the bag, here's the results. Front row is your losers. Take a good look and say goodbye, because you won't be seeing them again probably for a while, unless I rework them in the shop and bring them back out. These are your winners. They are going to get put back in the staging lane with the rest of these winners shortly. Then I'm going to run one more round, and after that I will probably take the time to show you the last couple races to see which the fastest ones are. Before I race, I had them lined up and I counted 15, so I thought, you know what, here's a good idea. I'm going to grab this Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo, who was just short of making the box, and I'm going to throw him in the mix. That way I'm going to know real quick who's even close to getting in the box. So he's going to get thrown in here, and when we get down to the final 8, I'll actually video record those races and add them to this video or a future video, and we'll see if anybody's even close to getting in the case. Back in a bit. And the results of the final 16 are in. These 5 here have officially been eliminated. They're turds and they have no chance. These 3 were losers, but very fast losers, and those were your winners. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to race off the final 8 winners, get it down to 4, and then I'm going to take the losing 4 and mix them in with these 3 and really find out who the final 8 are, because I think any one of these 3 has a potential of beating some of those. So they just happen to be against fast winners, or it'd be a very close race. So I'll run them off and get right back. And the results are in. So these were the final 8. With these 2, this was actually the one I threw in the mix to see if you could even have a chance to get to the box. And this Aston Martin Vantage actually beat him. I'm going to keep him in for now because he's fast. This one beat that one, and he was more of a turd. I don't think he has a chance. Same thing here. The black one beat the Mazda, and I don't think he's going to be fast enough. And this race was actually, the yellow car was extremely fast. The green car was quite fast, so I'm going to leave those in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly race off these three, take the fastest two and plug them in there, and then I'll get the races on video for you with the final 8. Be right back. And here's your 2 winners. I actually raced, there was 3 here, and I took those 2. I took the 5 and I raced them off to get down to the final 2. So these 2 will get plugged in. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save these final 8 for a pick your car video, which I will do probably tomorrow night. So stand by, watch for another video shortly. I'm going to let you pick which one you think is fastest, and you can be the driver for that car. Hopefully we'll get enough guys to put their hands up in the comments and see if they can be a driver and win this thing. All right, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't. I got a goal of getting to 50 subscribers. I know it's not a lot, but that's what it takes for me to be able to go live, and I'd like to try and do some of this stuff live for you guys. So let's get some subscribers. When I get up to 50, YouTube will let me broadcast live. So let's go for it. Thanks. Bye.